Illuminati philosopher, and these are my thoughts. The Hill did a segment called Former Trump Official Shot During DC Carjacking. AG Defends Letting Criminals Go. Watch.
We as a city and a community need to be much more focused on prevention and surrounding young people and their families with resources if we want to be safer in the long run. We cannot prosecute and arrest our way out of it.
Finally, DC.
Look at the smug smirk from the woman on the right. She is smirking because she finds it ridiculous that the new DA is talking about ways to stop carjacking, violence, crime, etc. in the city. Also, she gives absolutely no evidence that the AG defends letting criminals go. Watch it for yourself. The whole segment is bizarre.
I've been following the reporters who are talking about this issue, some of whom, by the way, are very left-wing and don't support my plan of just putting people in jail or holding them accountable when they commit crime.
What? I would love to hear what those reporters really have to say, but I can only go off of what she says about them, and somehow she has common sense compared to those reporters? I find that extremely suspect.
Absolutely, you should be serving some jail time. That's a violent criminal act. I don't know why we're treating this like it's no big deal or like these kids are just lost on their way.
This woman doesn't do any research. She just wants to spread malicious propaganda. This is part of what the DC AG said in an interview which this woman ignored. I'm dialed in on how we try to make sure we're safe. And one of the things we do here in the office of the Attorney General is we prosecute crimes by kids 17 years old and younger. They are subject to our jurisdiction. We have to prosecute crimes when we have the evidence to do it, particularly carjackings, which are hard cases to prosecute for a variety of reasons.
Especially prevalent in DC because the kids know that they're not going to be held accountable or even potentially be caught.
To curb the city's spike in carjackings, Graves is recommending prosecutors charge as adults any juveniles who are accused in a series of carjackings. DC law requires those convicted of armed carjacking to be sentenced to a mandatory minimum of 15 years in prison. Somehow, this woman doesn't know this. I was so annoyed by this segment of The Hill, especially by this woman. DC AG defends letting criminals go. That title alone is ridiculous, and she tries to defend it. Shame. Bear in mind, those stolen cars are from reasonably well-off people. If the AG was letting criminals go, they would end his career, and the AG before Brian Schwalb lasted for 8 years. They are doing their job. Should they be scrutinized? Absolutely. And independent media has to be scrutinized as well, but be objective. Don't spread malicious propaganda for clicks. That's very annoying.